Hi, I'm Margot Foreman. I'm dyslexic, I'm dyspraxic, I'm a little bit ADHD. I'm a parent and I've been a teacher for 50 years. So, my mission is to make life easier for other people who are different learners in different ways. How to help your child with dyspraxia, DCD, ADHD, dyslexia, or autism, or the whole lot experience success and become an independent learner. I get so frustrated by these labels still getting dumped on our children, these instructions. Be careful, try harder, get on with it, listen, watch, pay attention, slow down, concentrate. Do you know that those of us who are different in the classroom, they're usually working at least 10 times harder than everyone else just to be there and do what they're doing? They are working harder, they are trying harder. It's often they get into trouble too. I remember feeling how unfair it was. And then one of the schools I was at got this new idea, positive behavior management. Reward them when they're being good. I thought, yeah, that's going to be better than telling them off. The children were expected to make good choices and to choose to follow the rules. They'd get an always badge when they were always good. And there was a chart on the wall with everybody's name on it showing exactly how well they were or were not doing. It sounded fantastic, but very, very quickly it became clear that those of us who are a bit different aren't always well ready to sit still, aren't always ready to stop fidgeting, aren't always ready to look, watch, seem to be learning. Neurodevelopment is not a choice. Sensory organization is not a choice. Learning strengths and challenges are not choices. So it was not fair. It's time to move from judgment to understanding, from calling them naughty or all the other labels we get, to working out what's really going on. To teach different children effectively, we need to understand their needs. We need to understand their neurodevelopment. We need to understand their sensory processing. We need to understand their learning approaches. We need to pause to process, both for them and for us. The way children learn and behave tells us what they need. If we know how to understand it, we need to learn how to listen. 5 biggest mistakes you can make just now are: do what you've always done and expect different results. Mm-mm. Just work longer and harder. No. Make them sit and finish no matter what. Never find out exactly what they need. Now, that's a tricky one because so many of us don't. And I was 50 before I found out what was going on. So if you don't know yet, don't beat yourself up. Just keep looking. Settle for subject specialist. Well, I also teach at the university, right away from nursery up to university. And I can tell you, I do not know about the graduate degrees my students are learning about, but I do know about teaching and learning. The subject specialists teach them the stuff, whether it's their maths teacher, their geography teacher, their history teacher, or their university professor. But we need to be there to teach them how to learn and function efficiently. The key to success is to identify exactly what they need. This is what happens when you do. Oh, the little lion represents our clients. I don't put children's pictures on the internet. The picture on the left was done on the day I first met her while I was talking to her mum. It's a person. You can just about see the eyes and the face. The picture on the right was done a few weeks later. I think it was 3 weeks. And you see that there's hair, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, buttons, hands, clothes. The difference is astonishing. And no one sat down and taught her how to draw a picture of a person. No one sat down and said, do it like this. What changed was her perception of her own body. As she learnt to understand her own body and how to hold the pencil, she began to understand everybody else's bodies and drew that. And so many other things changed in her experience too. I'll tell you about it another time. This is a 16-year-old, so it's not just 5-year-olds, it's all age groups. When we met him, he was depressed. He thought he was going to fail or scrape by his GCSEs. And as a bright child who was failing, he was not happy. His mum says, when Matt started his program, he was getting C's in his test. 4 months later, when he took his GCSEs, he got all A's and A stars. GCSEs are the important public exams at age 16. They set the scene for academic achievement over here in the UK. And postgrad student, this young lady had done her degree. She got a good degree, but she'd never read a book from cover to cover. She'd never enjoyed reading, ever. And she commented, now I'm able to focus not just on the words, but what these words are describing. So now when I'm reading a book, I'm thinking about the appearance of the person that they're describing, what they might look like, what they might be wearing, what they might be feeling, or their body language and other things from the description of the words. That was just getting to know her body better, organize her eyes better, understand herself better. There are 3 simple steps to make these changes. First, understand what's really, really going on in the body, in the brain, in the learning, in the thinking. Second, put in some activities, often to trigger neuroplasticity. That's when we build new pathways in our brain and organize or strengthen pathways. I call it turning a little mountain path into a motorway. And that changes the way we're able to function. So step 3 is when we go off and make the very best of life and are able to engage in ordinary classes with ordinary teachers and ordinary games in a successful and rewarding way. So, are you interested? Below, you'll see a free consultation call button. Bring us your questions, book a call, come and see me or one of my team and find out what's going on for your child. Thank you. Bye.